Hello. In this episode, I'm going to share with you 3 thoughts from Lamentations chapter 5, verses 19 through 22. And we will find that God endures. Lamentations chapter 5, verses 19 through 22 says, "But you, O Lord, reign forever. Your throne endures to all generations. Why do you forget us forever? Why do you forsake us for so many days? Restore us to yourself, O Lord, that we may be restored. Renew our days as of old, unless you have utterly rejected us and you remain exceedingly angry with us." The book of Lamentations is a series of laments after the destruction of Jerusalem by the Babylonian Empire. The short book, just 5 chapters, expresses such heartfelt, gut-wrenching sorrow that it seems a little bleak. But I hope that by looking at Lamentations 5:19 through 22, these 3 thoughts might encourage us a little bit. Thought number 1, God reigns forever. So here is Jeremiah lamenting the destruction of Jerusalem, the destruction of Judah, the destruction of the temple, the destruction of everything that he had so much hope in. It is all gone, yet he is still able to say, God reigns forever. His experience probably led him to believe otherwise. If all his hope was in the success of Israel, was in the success of the nation, then he had no hope because the nation was destroyed. But he still trusts in the Lord, and he believes that God's reign will continue forever despite what happens to him and to his people. We need to remember that when we find ourselves wondering if God is caring for us. Thought number 2, restoration is from God. As the prophet laments, he doesn't come up with some system. He doesn't come up with some plan. He doesn't try to get the people of Israel to ingratiate themselves to the Babylonians. Instead, he recognizes that restoration will come from God, that their being restored isn't a matter of Israel doing everything right. It's a matter of the Lord restoring them. That's something that we need to pay attention to, because so often we think that if I just do the right things, if I just work in the right way, then God will somehow be obligated to restore me. But that's not true. The Lord is under no obligation to us. But if we are to be restored, that restoration will come from God and not from man. Thought number 3, God may reject us. And that is a very bleak thought. Jeremiah, as he's sitting there in the depths of despair, keeps in mind that it's possible that the Lord is so upset with Israel that he is just finished with them when everything is taken away from you, as had been done to Israel. You come to realize that God may in fact have rejected you. Now, if you want confidence that the Lord is not rejecting you, there is a way to have that. And that is by listening to the promises that he has made and that he has fulfilled in Jesus Christ. So by placing your faith in Jesus Christ, you take hold of these covenant promises that the Lord has made to carve out a nation for himself, a remnant who are righteous on the basis of faith. These 3 thoughts come from today's reading of Lamentations chapters 1 through 5. That's the whole book. If you'd like to read through the Bible with me, you can do so by joining the Facebook group Through the Bible, where we are reading the text of Scripture together.